So, hello everyone, welcome to the next chapter. What are native ads? Before jumping into what are native ads, what I'm trying to showcase here is that I've explained you the funnel, I've explained you the formula of STPD. Now, how do you start filling in the funnel? Initially, there were just two broad routes that were Google and Facebook that you could have done, and you could have attracted the audience to the funnel. But there are new ways that have come up, and I believe that giving you an overview about these ideas will give you a lot of insight of what they are. How to use is not being covered in this chapter. It's all about what exactly are these kind of ads. The how part is currently uh, beyond the scope of the work, but I'll still touch upon at the end of the chapter. So without wasting any more time, let's jump onto it. What are native ads? Native ads, simply put, native advertising is a paid content, articles, infographics, videos, you name it. If a content producer can make it, corporations can buy it, and publishing platforms can promote it, are called native ads. Just to put it more in a simple language, if you read content or if you are reading something and suddenly you see some related articles that are popping up on that website, you will definitely bump into one of the sponsored articles, which might look like an article but is actually a sponsored article plugged into the organic articles that are already present. This increases the probability of people engaging with the article, and that article can have the elements of your product or service that you're offering in a subtle manner, and eventually you can have them either subscribed to your platform, or there can be a sale also. So there are different type of native ads. These are some of the formats that are there. In feed native ads, when you start reading content, you start finding related contents which are actually native ads. Inside a video format also, in content ads on the website, you are seeing a video and then there is another native ads that is being covered. Content recommendation blogs, you have seen blogs kind of a format where you read a content and then the blogs appears, are also one of the forms. Promoted list commerce, inside e-commerce also, when you are browsing through certain products, you see an ad product that is popping up, is also a type of a native ad. Outstream video in the website, in app there is a pop-up which comes in. Rewarded video ads, you have to see a video to again continue with the game. And then there is proper sponsored content, which is like the most popular of all. Giving you some samples of it, this is the way it looks. When you read an article, you will see that you might also like, and then there is a piece which is calling out on from around the world, which is the sponsored piece. Similar one kind of a sample set is here, where you are reading Financial Express and then there is an article which is actually plugged in from the native ads perspective. So very high chances that you might click on it because you're in that space of exploring the content, so this might be also relevant to you. So there is always a debate of what is better, native ads or display ads. I personally use both because both have a different role to play. But still, first I'll tell you the difference and then I'll tell you which weightage is, why both are important. So native ad has the look and feel of the page's editorial content. So as I told you that it has a look and feel of a editorial piece, but it's actually a sponsored content. Display ads are simple, they just stand out as paid ads. You will see a display ad everywhere, and will also stand out that it's a display ad. It's a soft sell where your product is being plugged on a subtle manner. It's a hard sell where you're directly talking about your product or service. The CTR on native ads are generally high because the person is in that frame of mind and has a very high probability of clicking on the content and reading it. In display ads, I have seen that people actually turn these kind of ads into a blind spot. Hence, the CTR really goes down. Blind spot is something where, irrespective the ads appear, your eyes don't go to that space at all because you're turning it into a blind spot. Yeah, you know that it's an ad, I'll not see that. ideal for driving traffic to a website. So if you have a website, it's ideal to do that. Ideal for retargeting campaigns, display ad. Campaigns on premium publisher websites generate high quality traffic. Campaigns on common websites generate low quality traffic. So native ads generally appear in that space where the relevance of that content is really high. It is not appearing generally just as a block of ad space in one of the Yahoo websites. It's not like that. It's very much relevant to the space where it is appearing. For example, if it is appearing on Financial Express, it has to do something with finance, right? Whereas if it is in Economic Times, it can be somewhere in the entertainment space. Sports section can be somewhere in the sports section. So accordingly, you can choose the right space for native ads, unlike display ads. It is always cheaper. Native ads are always expensive. And the last one, it's more effective on mobile and it's more effective on desktop. So initially when I said that both are important, native ads and display ads, you will see that native ads are brilliant to bring traffic to your website. So if you have built a new website, you should never ever talk about your product or service directly. It should always be a resolving of a problem statement, and that can always be answered via a content, and this will be an ideal way to do it. So you drive them to your content and that content drives to the product, not your content directly talking about the product. So there's a subtle mention which increases the traffic. Display ads is something which helps in retargeting, which helps in filling up the top of the funnel, which is awareness. It is good to directly talk to the people who are there. Display ads don't mimic or display false hope. It directly says that I'm an ad, click on me or you can move on. Native ads is something a form of a organic way of look and feel, but still it's a paid ad. So people sometimes feel it's fraudulent or not in the right spirit. This native ads are being taken. I will add programmatic ads and native ads together because both are actually going hand in hand. Native ads have become more powerful because of programmatic ads. So what are programmatic ads? And this new technology is really changing the landscape of the way digital marketing works. So let's see what is programmatic marketing. Programmatic marketing describes an advanced way of marketing strategy that uses an automated real-time bidding process that purchases ad inventory for you, allowing you to advertise to specific users in specific context, which results in hyper-targeted, super effective ads. So programmatic ads actually do an automated real-time bidding. This is where the AI and the machine learning kicks in, and it pushes the ad in that space where that person has really engaged with the product or service earlier, or is really present in the interest space where you're planning to target, and they have a lot of inventory floating around on different websites which can be targeted. So because of the machine learning and AI, the CTR improves over time, and you will see that the CTR is going up because the effectiveness and the learning is also taking place simultaneously. Programmatic advertising takes the entire process to a new level. It uses algorithm software that handles the sale and placement of digital ad impression via ad exchanges platform in a fraction of a second. So unlike display ads which used to run on Google, we had to actually choose websites on which you wanted to run ads. So this becomes actually much more easier a way to target. Display ads have also evolved. I'll not say it has not. It also has an automated bidding process, but programmatic takes it to a different level where the automation really takes care of a lot of things, and you will really see quality traffic flowing in. On your right hand side, we are showing an example where it is showing that there is an article which is saying over 250 sick after eating at Indian Olive Garden. Free dinner for two at Olive Indian Garden, right? So this is the negative article, and the restaurant is actually promoting that free element because they want to increase the traffic, talk more from the real perspective, and see the way it has been linked. Means you will never be able to identify that where the content is appearing, but due to pragmatic, the ad is right in the right space. Even here, the fear that you are being watched by a duck and you are seeing an advertisement of a duck. So somewhere the correlation of the probability of clicking a pragmatic ad is very high, because you are in that frame of mind, you're already thinking of that, you're already reading about that. So very close proximity that you will be clicking on the ad as well. Unlike display ad, where yes, it chooses a lot of ad spaces basing on the interest, but maybe interest is just on an exploratory level and people are actually not caring about of knowing more about it at that point of time. This is a little bit more closer to the audience, because audience are actually reading it, and because of its automation process, the ad is appearing at the right time and the right space. A little bit more about pragmatic ads. So we recently did one of the campaigns on 1mg, where people who have purchased a product maybe 3 months before, they have the data of 1mg database, and this database can be used for targeting those set of audience outside 1mg platform on the various ad exchange platforms. So people who have purchased a product in last 3 months are actually being shown the ads outside the platform, and hence the traffic actually increases on the platform more, and the stickiness increases, and people have a brand recall much more higher versus just showing it on the platform. I think all the e-commerce platforms have started. We have recently seen it in Flipkart, Amazon, 1mg, PharmEasy, and I think it will be getting stronger as we move on, because pragmatic is really hitting the target, hitting the sweet spot where it actually matters. Just an overview that why AdWords is not able to catch up the way pragmatic has expanded. So AdWords, as you say, I have just taken a snapshot here of what and how things are being considered over here. AdWords is, just as name implies, it is built around search keywords and text ad. The display network was an afterthought after AdWords, and they actually acquired DoubleClick and the expansion of the AdSense program, which now has evolved into that space. But pragmatic is far more superior. The pragmatic is far more superior and aggressive in terms of targeting and being very close to their audience. DSPs is basically called a demand side platform, were purposely designed around building display ad campaigns. Both DSPs and AdWords are buying platforms for advertising, but when it comes to focus, as I told you, more close to the consumer, DSP wins hands down in display advertising. This is the broad difference, and hence people are switching from AdWords to pragmatic. Let's see some of the trends which actually shows that where is it going. In US, what we have seen in from 2016, the pragmatic digital ad spending percentage of total display ad spending. So pragmatic ad spending is definitely going high. The percentage change, this shows that the digital display ad spending is going down, and overall pragmatic ad spending is going up. Also in India, it has been seen that in 2019 it had already, in the media buying space, it was around 41%, and it is forecasted that it will increase up to 75%. Then definitely the direct way of marketing is going down, and I think it will fizzle out soon, because pragmatic is going to just get stronger as we move on with time. Pragmatic ad started with display ad, hence it has the largest play here, which is 84% currently. People have started choosing display ads from pragmatic perspective, but it has also come into the space of mobile, videos, social, search, and now TV is something really new. I recently did one of the campaigns where we use pragmatic ads to target those set of audience who were seeing our ads on television, and those set of people who are seeing their ads on television through pragmatic, we were able to capture the frequency, and we're able to show them the ads on the mobile and other different partnered websites, because of which the share of voice really went high, and it was really hitting the sweet spot, as I said earlier. Programmatic buying will make up for 25% of the media buying in India by 2020. I think it has already crossed it, and I think post pandemic people are more aggressively becoming a part of programmatic, and this number is going to grow much higher than what it has been forecasted. So as I said that I'll not be getting into the space that how do you buy native ads and programmatic ads. How we do it, we have a lot of agencies tied up where we ask them with a given amount of budget and they help us plan the programmatic and native ads. There are a lot of online websites also available which can help you in identifying that where it is coming from and how you can make the optimum use of programmatic buying. It's really simple, to be honest. It does not have the AdWords kind of a platform as of now. The platform is there, but it's not accessible to consumers like us. It's more to do with the agency, and we need to get in touch with the agency to access it. So thank you so much. See you in the next course.